Are you tired of busting your ass in the gym, lifting like a maniac, only to wake up looking exactly the same? Yeah, we've all been there. The brutal truth is, muscle growth isn't just about what you do with the weights. It's about what you do outside of them. And most guys are missing the point completely. That's where the 7 easy habits that trigger muscle growth fast come in. Number 7, use time under tension like a pro. Here's something nobody tells you at the start. Lifting heavier isn't always the key to getting bigger. Yeah, I said it. If your entire strategy is just slapping more weight on the bar each week, while flailing through reps like you're swatting mosquitoes, you're leaving massive gains on the table. Let's talk about a smarter, nastier, more effective approach. Time under tension. Time under tension, or TUT if you want to sound fancy, is the amount of time your muscle is actively working during a set. The longer your muscles are under strain, the more micro tears you create. And guess what that leads to? You got it, more growth. So instead of racing through your sets like you're late for brunch, try this. Slow down. Take the eccentric portion, that's the lowering phase of the lift, and stretch it out to 3, maybe even 4 seconds. Feel every inch of that. Movement. Make the muscle burn, scream, beg for mercy. That's where growth lives. You can also pause at the bottom of your squat, the top of your curl, or halfway through a push-up. That pause removes momentum, forces your muscles to do the work, and tells your body, hey, we're not just going through the motions anymore. This method activates more muscle fibers, especially the slow twitch ones that often get neglected when we speed through reps. And if you've been stuck on a plateau, time under tension is your way out. It shocks the system in the best way. It's uncomfortable, it's humbling, and it works. Number 6, eat more damn protein. Let me guess, you think you're eating enough protein because you had a chicken breast and a scoop of whey today. Newsflash, that's not even close. If you're trying to build muscle and you're not consistently hitting your protein targets, you're basically building a house without bricks. Protein isn't optional. It's the raw material your body uses to repair and grow muscle tissue. No bricks, no house. So how much protein do you need? A good rule of thumb is around 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight per day. That's not just a number, it's your blueprint. We're talking real protein here. Eggs, lean meats, fish, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, whey protein, plant-based sauces if that's your thing. And no, you can't count the peanut butter on your toast as a protein source. That's mostly fat with marketing. Split your intake across the day. Don't cram all your protein into dinner and expect magic. Your body needs consistent supply, especially post-workout when your muscles are screaming for amino acids to begin the repair process. That's when recovery happens. That's when growth starts. And while we're here, let's talk about protein timing. Is it everything? No. Is it helpful? Absolutely. Getting a solid dose of protein 30 to 60 minutes after your workout gives your body what it needs when it needs it most. Pair that with carbs to refill glycogen, and you're setting yourself up for maximum recovery. Still struggling to hit your numbers? That's where protein shakes come in. No, they're not steroids. They're convenience. Number 5, prioritize dynamic stretching. Let's be honest, stretching sounds boring. It's the broccoli of fitness routines. Everyone knows they should do it, but most skip it entirely because, well, it's not sexy. But here's the hard truth. If you're skipping your warm-up, especially dynamic stretching, you're leaving performance and muscle gains on the table. Dynamic stretching isn't the same as those awkward static toe touches your gym teacher made you do. We're talking about controlled, movement-based stretches that prime your body for real work. Think leg swings, hip openers, arm circles, torso twists. These aren't fluff, they're functional, and they tell your nervous system, hey, wake the hell up, we're about to move. Here's what happens when you start doing it right. Blood flow increases, joints get lubricated, your range of motion improves, and most importantly, your muscles fire more efficiently. That means you get more out of every rep, more activation, more contraction, more growth. It's not just about avoiding injury, though that's reason enough. It's about unlocking more from the exact same workout. Guys will drop hundreds on supplements, but won't spend 5 minutes prepping their bodies for battle. Wild, right? Imagine starting your workout already in the zone, muscles warm, mind focused, movement fluid. That's what dynamic stretching gives you. And guess what? You'll probably even lift heavier because your body's actually ready for it. You're enjoying the video, leave your comment, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Number 4, stop letting stress kill your gains. Look, stress is unavoidable. But if you're walking around, constantly wired, snapping at traffic lights and losing sleep over imaginary problems, you're doing more than just annoying people. You're sabotaging your muscle growth. Chronic stress isn't just a mental drag, it's a full-on physiological roadblock. That cortisol spike you keep triggering, it's chewing through your muscle tissue like a hungry raccoon in a protein bin. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. Translation: it breaks things down, including your hard-earned gains. It interferes with testosterone, ruins sleep, messes with recovery, and cranks up cravings for trash food. So yeah, it's the silent killer of progress. And here's the worst part. Most guys don't even realize it's happening. They train hard, eat well, but can't figure out why they're not growing. Newsflash, your nervous system is fried, and your body's stuck in survival mode. So what do? First, stop glorifying hustle culture. You're not a productivity god just because you're sleep-deprived and jittery from your fourth energy drink. You're just tired and weak, and your muscles can feel it. You need recovery strategies that actually calm your nervous system, not just distractions like scrolling Instagram for dopamine hits. Think meditation, deep breathing, walking. In silence, journaling. I know it sounds like a yoga influencer's to-do list, but guess what? It works. You don't need incense and mantras, just 10 to 15 minutes a day of mental downshifting. Number 3, train with real intensity. Most people in the gym aren't training hard enough to grow anything but frustration. If you're texting between sets, lifting the same weight you've been using since 2020, and never pushing to failure, you're basically paying for a very expensive mirror. Intensity is what separates the guys who talk about gains from the ones actually making them. Training with intensity doesn't mean screaming like a WWE wrestler or collapsing in a puddle after every set. It means being deliberate, focused, ruthless with your effort. It's about pushing beyond comfort, because comfort builds zero muscle. Here's where most people go wrong. They confuse motion with progress. Just because you're sweating doesn't mean you're stimulating hypertrophy. If your last few reps don't make you question your life choices, you're not pushing hard enough. And no, being sore the next day isn't the goal either. It's a side effect, not a measurement. Intensity means hitting that sweet spot of effort where your muscles are forced to adapt. It means using progressive overload, adding weight, reps, or difficulty week after week. It means tracking your performance so you don't accidentally coast for 3 months. And it means occasionally going to failure, the real kind, not the oops, I gave up 1 rep early because it was hard kind. Number 2, make compound lifts your foundation. If your workouts revolve around bicep curls and leg extensions, I've got bad news. You're not training smart, you're decorating. Compound lifts are the heavy hitters of strength and size. We're talking squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, and pull-ups. These movements work multiple muscle groups at once, light up your central nervous system, and unleash a hormonal cocktail that screams, grow. Squats don't just work your legs. They hit your glutes, core, lower back, and even your upper body when done properly. Deadlifts, they build posterior chains of steel. Bench press and overhead press light up your entire upper body. And pull-ups, they're the king of bodyweight back work. Compound lifts don't just make you stronger, they make everything else more effective. Your isolation work, your endurance, even your aesthetics all improve when the foundation is built with compound movements. Plus, they're insanely time efficient. Instead of spending 90 minutes bouncing between machines, You could hit 3 lifts and be smoked in 45. And let's not ignore the hormonal edge. Compound exercises stimulate the release of testosterone and growth hormone far more than isolation. Work. That's your body's natural anabolic environment, and it thrives under heavy multi-joint movements. But don't confuse compound with careless. Form is non-negotiable. You can't build a strong body on a crooked foundation. So take time to learn proper technique, use full range of motion, and leave your ego at the door. Number 1. Use supplements strategically, not stupidly. Supplements are not magic. If your training sucks, your diet's trash, and your sleep is a disaster, no powder or pill on this planet is going to fix that. But if you're already putting in the work, the right supplements can give you an edge. Strategic supplementation, not just blindly copying what some influencer with fake weights uses, can help you push harder, recover faster, and grow bigger. The MVP of muscle-building supplements? Creatine. It's not new, it's not flashy, but it's backed by more research than most prescription drugs. Just 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per day can help increase strength, boost training volume, and improve muscle cell hydration. Translation: you lift more, you grow more. Another solid tool? Whey protein. It's fast digesting, convenient, and ideal for post-workout recovery. Not everyone has time to grill chicken after a workout, and that's fine. A scoop of whey gets the job done. Just make sure it's high quality and not loaded with junk. BCAAs? They're helpful if you're training fasted or cutting, but if you're already eating enough protein, you're likely covered. Pre-workouts? If you need a little kick, go for it, but don't let them become a crutch. You shouldn't need to feel like your heart's going to explode just to pick up a dumbbell. You liked the video, leave your comment, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.